Welcome back to Studio One Vintage Guitars, New Zealand's home of vintage guitars. Today we have our first of the modern Fenders coming in. We got this in a recent consignment from our good friend buying a boat. He has traded this in. We've got American Pro 2, which means this is I think this is essentially an American standard Telecaster with upgraded electronics and just a few kind of new additions. But today we call these the American Professional 2. So what we have is we have your standard Tele 25.5 scale length. We have a Rosewood board, Olympic white, very nice colour, with a red kind of faux tortoiseshell board. The electronics are essentially a Tele, but we have a push-pull when you engage both pickups in the centre, which basically kind of makes it a humbucker, and then the pull makes it a slightly wider kind of sounding humbucker. I only recently got into the Tele world, discovered or realised their very special kind of qualities. Essentially, it's a Martin. It's a 25.5 scale length, so it's slightly longer. It has a fixed bridge, so it kind of operates like a Tele, like a Martin. And in my mind, I wonder if just Leo Fender was like, well, what's everyone using, back in the early 50s, in the 1950, 1949. And he's like, well, everyone's playing Martins, like that's what people like to play. They seem to like that scale length and the kind of the shape. And so, well, we'll just turn it into a slab. And then the Telecaster was born, and now we have this instrument that seems to have done everything. I'll do a little bit of, that was a bit of Waylon. We'll do a little bit of so that's in the middle with it in. We'll do it again out with the push out. So much fuller sound immediately. Telecaster things. Everybody knows you've been stepping on my toes, and I'm getting pretty tired of it. Yeah, Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line. Wicked country song, but really, when you listen to Waylon, you're really listening to maybe a country end of country and blues mixed together. That's the really cool thing about Waylon stuff, is you kind of realise it's actually a hybrid, and maybe it was just the marketing that really made him a country guy, but it seems everything that he said behind the scenes about his music was he was trying to find that blend between country music and blues music, because they essentially are the same thing, grew up together on different sides of the tracks and shared and everything. So pretty much this is just a great, recently new Tele. It's a 2020. If you're a Tele player, you know what you're looking for. I haven't played one with a Rosewood board. I currently have one with a maple board at home that I'm just looking after. And I think the Rosewood board just kind of gives it a little bit more depth. I personally like the maple boards on Fenders because they're just a little bit brighter, and I feel they're easier under the hand. Like, you can almost say Rosewood is a bit spongy, but we also have the brass bullet style string things. Sorry, I'm blanking for a second. On the bridge. Take you to the bridge. What? We'll do some blues. We're in the neck pickup. Everything's up. Yeah, we'll do your standard. We'll move through the pickups and do a little bit of your. So just cut your ears right off. That's tone about halfway off. All the way off. You're underwater. So we'll go all the way back up. We're in the middle. We're in the middle, and we'll do the. We're going to push it, so now it's out. Do it down here again, but. In. And the neck, do back to a. And that is tone halfway. Yeah, so it's a Tele. It's the workhorse of the electric guitar world. Yeah, this kind of kicked it all off. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you want to come down and check this out, we've got it on the wall, so you're more than welcome to come in, have a sit down, and we can have a chat and you can have a play. We're just running it through a Blues Junior Pro in the tweed, and we just set volumes at 3, tones at 6, and we're not doing anything after the fact. It's just dry, no reverb, none of the cushion stuff. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Oh, old thingy-majig was played on. I'm just going to turn it up for a second. We'll see what it. We're at 9. Yeah, it does Led Zeppelin. All right, so we'll leave it there. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. My name's Nick Brightwell, Josh Thomas behind the camera, Ed Castello behind the sound. We'll leave it with a bit of Wellen.